What's up, you guys? Welcome to another episode of A Spark Ignited with Danielle Nicole. I am Danielle Nicole, and I am so excited you guys decide to join me today. Today's topic is no topic at all. It's a bunch of randomness. I want to talk about what's been on my mind lately, what's been on my heart, some things that I've been kind of going through, some wins, some losses, which losses to me are lessons, so not really losing anything. And just, having you guys just have a feel of what's been going on in my world lately and my outlook on it and, perspective and things like that. So excited you guys decided to join me. So let's dive right on in. Okay, first I want to talk about my new book coming out April 30th. It is called Your 20s, A Decade of Self-Discovery. This book will be out, like I said, April 30th. So not this coming Tuesday, but the next. Your 20s is a guidebook, and it's a book from my present perspective, looking back on myself and my choices in my 20s and what I would have done different with the knowledge that I have now. My hope with this book is that I help my 20-somethings and, my 18, 19-year-olds who's about to embark on the decade, is that I can prevent you from making some of the same mistakes that I made in that decade, and that, during your 20s, just really getting to know yourself. Something that I wish I could go back and do is just really get to know who I was when I was in that decade. I was so focused on things that did not matter ultimately, and really wish that I really tapped inside of myself to really get to know me more. So this book is to help you remember that who you are right now really matters, not what it is that you do and contribute to the world. You getting to know getting to know yourself from the depths of yourself and all aspects of life, what you like, what you don't like, what you think you want to do to what you don't want to do, just everything in between. This book is to help you navigate through that decade so that you can not only end that decade super proud of yourself, but with a plan in place. And I know sometimes our plans don't go according to plan because God has his own plan for us. Of course, his plan is ultimately the best plan, but this is to help you just get outside yourself and tap into yourself so that you can get to know yourself a lot better. Okay, so I really hope you guys go out and support that book. Again, it's called Your 20s, A Decade of Self-Discovery. Will be available April 30th, 2024. Please, support in any way that you can. If you know someone that's in that decade or about to enter that decade, or if you just want it for yourself, just to, read and support me, I will greatly appreciate that. Now, what's been on my mind lately? You guys, I have been on such a high when it comes to life lately. Like, if you're around me, you will probably feel the energy that I'm feeling. God has just been so good in my life as of lately. He's good all the time, but like lately, I feel him walking side by side with me, and it's what I needed in my life in this moment and season in my life, because for a little bit there, I didn't start to derail by any means, but I was definitely off track, and I was just distracted by things that were a hindrance to my growth and this walk that God has me on. And it's like a force came and just said, Danielle, let's get this right. We got work to do. We got lives to change. Listen, honey, let's get outside ourselves and let's do the things that we know to do. And I don't know what that force was. Of course, it's God moving the way he moves, but it's like a switch went off, and I just was like, let's do this. Because I don't know about you guys, but have you guys ever gotten to a point where you are just sick and tired of yourself? And I mean that in a way of just sick and tired of getting in your own way, sick and tired of doing the same things, knowing that it leads to nowhere, sick and tired of just feeling like you have all the answers and you can make everything happen. We cannot. Like I touched on this last episode, we can only take ourselves so far. I don't plan on doing anything in this world without God by my side. Period. I don't care who has to leave my side because of that. I only want to be doing what he wants me to do, and I want to do it with him, because there is no better feeling in the world than knowing that I'm doing what God wants me to do. That's where I have been lately and where I've been residing, and I have just been so happy and just so full of life and joy and just positivity. And you guys are probably like, Daniel, you always like that, but it's on another level, honestly. Like, it's on a level where I don't ever want to turn it down. I want everyone to feel this, because I want everyone to be able to experience it for themselves. It's such a beautiful state to be in, to just be like, what me and God about to do today, what we're about to tackle today, what, or help them in a better way, or just anything. Like, I just feel like right now my life is about to take off in a way that I can't even explain to you guys. But like, it could be something very minute to someone else, but so monumental to me, and whatever that is, I cannot wait. Well, I look forward to experiencing that. I had something happen last week. I don't want to really talk about it right now, but I promise I'll share this story with you guys at a later date. But it was just something just so significantly beautiful and precious, and God just affirming to me, like, girl, I am with you. I am never going to leave you. Like, look at what I just had come to your house. Like, I just be like, wow. I'm so in love with God right now, and just so in love with life and the possibilities and this purpose he has me walking on, and the purpose for my life, and my destiny, and all the things he has me doing to help other people. Like, this is where I am today in my mental state, and in my heart, mind, and soul, just feeling very blessed and fortunate, and just like, wow, it could have been anyone else, but God saw fit to just give me such a gift, so that's where I have been. I don't even want to leave this place, like, I just want to just soak it all in and cherish every moment and nurture it and just never forget it, because these moments come few, far, and in between, because life be life, and we all know that, but right now, you guys, I can honestly say that life is just so good and it's so precious, and I just thank God for it. Something else that's been on my mind a lot lately is just entrepreneurship. This lane is a no joke, okay? But it's so rewarding and so fulfilling when you know that you're doing the very thing you're supposed to be doing. It doesn't mean it doesn't come with, days where it's just like, which way to go? Where do I start? Like, you have those days. I'm human. It's granted. It's going to happen, but it's nothing like just knowing, like, you are just doing this thing full force now. Like, it's all dependent upon how you show up for yourself, and your consistency and what you give day in and day out, and, just following the blueprint that God set for you. It's no joke one way or the other. It's a lot easier with him. So I really hope and pray that you guys who are entrepreneurs are faith-based entrepreneurs, because if you're not, more power to you. But like, I'm just so happy that I have God helping me on this path, because it is no easy path at all. Like, when you're an entrepreneur and you're called to this life, like, you have to be consistent. You're not going to be successful unless you are consistent. Like, it's just not going to happen unless you just had, some freak thing happen for you or something, and, something took off. And I don't know. I don't speak from that place, so I'm not even going to speak from that place today. But you being consistent shows how much you want this thing to happen and your dreams to come true. And, to me, I was talking to my husband one day, and, whenever I was doing my trilogy series at the beginning of the year, I had said, out loud to everybody that I'm going to go through each day one by one, either doing a video post or some type of way I'm showing up for this. And I wasn't used to being on social media like that in that way. So I was like, man, like, this is a lot, I really just want to skip this day, because I don't want to be on social media today. But it's not about what I want to do. It's what I have to do and what I need to do. Me showing up giving, doing my video post and, being committed to what it is I said I was going to be committed to could have helped someone that day. So it wasn't about me and what I wanted to do. It was about the mission at hand. And he had made a really good point. He was like, how, back in the day they had commercials, and if you wanted to hear about a new business or anything like that, you heard it on a radio commercial or a TV commercial, and they played that thing, throughout the day until you memorized their jingle. When the commercial came on, you knew the commercial because it came on so much. Like, you got to know the business that way because they were advertising for themselves, and it takes consistency to, do things like that. And back in the day, it took a lot of money because I'm pretty sure it costs a lot of money to have your business be advertised on major networks and things like that. But in my entrepreneurship walk, I am my own advertisement. If I don't show up on social media, that means my business wasn't seen by anybody, right? So me showing up for myself and for my business and my company that I 100% believe in is going to change millions of lives. You better believe I better show up, and I need to show up more than once a day. And I'm telling myself that now. I created myself a calendar. We're going to go hard on this thing. I'm so excited to even work the calendar. Okay. I'm just very excited. But, showing up 2 to 3 times a day, advertising your company, who you are, especially if you're the brand for the company, you got to get yourself out there. That's how your business and your brand is going to be exposed, by you being consistent. And so when he had made that point, I said he is right, because I'm not famous. No one knows me. Who knows me? My family and friends, people that I have worked with in the past, current coworkers, things like that. But other than that, that's about it, So in order for things to take off, it is 1000% important to be and remain consistent. Something else that has been on my mind a lot lately is relationships. Not just love, but like friendships. And I guess I'll dive into friendships first. I've kind of, softly touched on friendship breakups and, the importance of having friendships in your life and things like that. But lately, I've just been thinking about like, I've been in a space of, welcoming new people into my life, but really missing the people that have already been in my life. I've been missing my core people, like big time lately, and find myself reaching out to them more and, nurturing those friendships and those relationships because they're important to me. No matter how open I am to new friendships, I love the people that are in my life, and it's so important to me that they know how much I love them and appreciate their support, and vice versa. I've just been thanking God for the people that have been showing me lately how much they love me too. Because I used to always feel like, I was that friend that just always showered the person with love and, gave the support that, we all want in our friendships, and celebrated them with, balloons and confetti. And I feel like I always got the, what do you call it? The HBD happy birthday, and it's just like, after a while you get so it breaks your heart because it's like, man, like I am 100 with these people. Why do they show up for me like this? But I have to realize that some of those people just had to go. But the ones that I wanted to stay in my life, and I still have some conversations to have. So if you're watching this, don't feel like you're left out. We just ain't got there yet. But there's some conversation I definitely want to have. But the ones that I have had, I was able to be completely open and honest about how I felt they may have showed up for me or not have shown up for me as a friend, and, just kind of getting to the bottom of things and seeing if we can navigate, an equal friendship and me not feel like it's so one-sided, and based on the response in that conversation is how I chose to move, and luckily for me so far, it's been a very good response. I thank God for that because I have so much grace and love for the people that he's placed in my life and that I love. But unfortunately, I know not everything is going to be that way. But I'm really, really happy that, I'm fortunate to have those type of conversations with the people that I love, and look forward to a couple more of those conversations and pray that it comes out with the best outcome. Whatever God sees fit is what's going to happen. But love. Let me just say that I am newly married. Me and my husband, we got married 2.5 years ago. So we'll be celebrating our 3rd wedding anniversary later on this year. So we are pretty much newlyweds. But let me tell you now, it has been a whirlwind. And I won't say too much because I didn't really talk to him about this part of the podcast. So, I got to dial it back. But I will say that you get to know your partner on another level when you experience the first 365 days with them, okay? And sometimes those 365 days aren't so pleasant, and you go through some times where you're like, look, who is this person, But I'm going to come on here and say this, because if I talk about my marriage, I want to make sure that I talk about what I'm going to discuss with my husband first. But I just want to say on a positive note that I am in such a great space with my husband. I love him so much. Whatever test that him and I went through, we passed it with flying colors because we wanted to get to the other side of this thing together. He is my rock. He is everything. He's my best friend. I will choose him over and over and over again in this life. He has shown up for me in ways that no one has ever shown up for me. And I thank God for him. He has completely taken me out of my shell. He's the reason why I wear colored hair sometimes. Like, for 36 years, as I met him when I was 36, I just wore this black hair all the time. And I recently just started wearing it again. But he always, wasn't trying to change me or anything. But he was like, have you ever tried this color, whatever. And I was just like, no, because I was, like I told y'all before, I pretty much stayed safe when it came to everything. I knew it looked good in black. I'm staying with black hair, and I just never really got outside my shell or thought outside the box like I thought I did, but I guess I didn't until I met him and just started to experiment with color and was like, oh my God, me as a blonde is everything. Like, I'm so cute, and I just love that he brought out this side of me that I don't know if I would have been introduced to with any other person. I think he is the only person that could have brought this side out of me. I mean, he had me doing exercises in the mirror, for me to say these affirmations to myself, because I used to have, some insecurities about some things that I'll speak about one day. But it was one thing that kept me from doing that. And my husband always saw the beauty in me, and I was always so beautiful to him, no matter what, makeup on, eyebrows on, hair on. He didn't care. He just, first and foremost, always he loved my heart. This man studied me from the depths of my soul, and he knew how beautiful of a person that I was, and he wanted me to experience that not only inwardly but outwardly. And, he just created this cute little thing here. He helped to create it. He helped bring me out of my shell. And I'm so thankful for him, and just having someone that, when I came home today, he had my whole little podcast set up for me. He knows that I film every Sunday, and, I bring the lights up from my office to our living room area. And he did all that after I had a business luncheon today. And, it's the little things. One thing my husband has always affirmed me with is that he is always thinking about me. I am never thinking does he love me? Is he thinking about me? I know he's thinking about me because his actions show me all the time how much he loves me. Even when we were dating, I was never dating someone that made me question, what are we? Are we more? Do you want to be my boyfriend? Am I your girl? He always affirmed me. One day I'll have him on a podcast and we'll give you guys our story. I'll stop there when it comes to that, because like I said, I am on such a high. I'm on a high in my entire life right now. But when it comes to like my love life and just business life and just loving myself, like I'm the best place I think I've ever been. And this is beyond amazing. So this is just a few things that's been on my mind and on my heart. Also, my body is telling me that I need to do some form of detox. Like I need to do like a little mini fast or something like that. I have been experiencing bloat that I have never experienced before in my entire life. It's horrible. I hate it. It makes me look like I'm 5 months pregnant. I'm used to that, like when my cycle's here, of course, but like just everyday life, I'm like, what is happening? And I kind of talked to my sister about it earlier this week, and I think it's, excess sodium, inflammation, things like that. So I'm going to start a little fast tomorrow. You guys heard it here first. So I guess I'll come back here next week and kind of tell you how it's going, because I plan on doing it for 10 days. And if I feel that my body needs it longer, I'm going to do it longer. But just really, I'm not eating any processed food, just keeping it super healthy and super clean and just water only. Like, because I don't know, I want to feel my best in every way, and that means taking care of my body internally too, which I'm not doing that, but I feel like I need to take it to the next level when it comes to that. And I know what to do, but Lord knows I love me a margarita. I love some ice cream and I love some Mexican food, but it's just gonna have to take a back seat right now, because I really just want to feel my best in every way. So that's pretty much what's been on my mind lately, you guys. Just high on life, my love life, friendships, entrepreneurship life, and loving God so much. Like I have just been in this season of just straight gratitude and happiness and feeling so blessed, and just chosen. And that's a whole nother podcast for another day, feeling chosen, because it's taken me a while to get here too. But guys, I'm just really, really happy right now. And I'm so happy that I can express that and share that with you all. And just, being in this state in life is it's a blessing. And I don't take it for granted at all. I'm really, really loving this season right now. Okay, so now that I have shared how happy I am and how blessed I feel and just really loving the season of life that I'm in right now, I want you guys to share it with me as well. Like, what's been keeping you afloat? What's been making you happy these days? Where are you at right now in your mental state? What season are you experiencing in life right now? Share that with me in the comments. I would love to get to know, and we can share, our perspectives together. Thank you guys so much for listening to me rant and listening to this freestyle type of podcast of just what's been on my heart, mind, and soul lately. I appreciate you guys more than you'll know. As always, you guys, make sure that you tune in every Tuesday. Wherever you get your podcast is where you can listen to a new podcast of A Spark Ignited every Tuesday. And of course, the visual drops on YouTube on Wednesdays. As always, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. I'm going to go live my little happy, blessed life, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.